All right, good morning. And this is a live forecast this morning in the winter wonderland. Top of the morning to you. When we left last night, I said these small systems, they really bring a little bit of a punch. And this one brought a little bit of a punch. Snow blanketing many areas this morning in the Treasure Valley. Lots of roads and, impasses, I should say, out there this morning. The road conditions looking very sloppy in spots. This is the scene. They're clearing out stuff. There's my friend Ricardo there. You can see him out there shoveling. Right now, about 2 to 4 inches of snow, and we're going to track it for you this morning with the radar, let you know when this stuff is going to be ending and what is in store for the rest of the day. We're also going to take a look at some traffic cams and the snow sticks up around the ski areas locally. So let's get right to it. Let me get a drink of coffee. Nothing like hot coffee in the morning, right? All right. So first things first, let's give you an update on the radar. And let me grab that there. Bring it up to the top. And interact. I don't even know if we have anybody watching this morning. If not, you're watching this recorded that was recorded a little earlier. I'm up around 9:39 this morning. So here is the local radar right now. Let's get this thing refreshed. Make sure we get the very latest. It looks like it's at 9:25. 9:30 now is the latest image here. Let me just expand this a little for you. Make it look all nice on the screen. Yeah, there we go. And so you can see the latest radar here. The image, I put it into the loop mode, and you can see the bands of snow still going right along Interstate 84, back right across many areas. Here, Nampa, Caldwell, and then it starts to taper off a little bit back towards Ontario and Payette. So it looks like that could be the last of the heavy bands of snow, but some darker shades of greens are in there this morning, and that's moving down towards the south and the east. Just excited about this weather pattern and how it all transformed because it's exactly unfolded the way we talked about last night, how the tilt of the clouds and the storm track was going to make them move right along the valley and give us prolonged snow. And wouldn't you know, that is what happened to us this morning. Here's a better look at that satellite picture from last night going into this morning with the sunrise across the region. Interact with it. That's good. So here it is. The tilt of that storm just fascinating across the region. This is the wrong one. I think it goes 18 now. Goes 17 is not operational anymore this morning. So they switched over to a new satellite up there in space. But look at that. Just classic storm track that we talked about last night. So if you didn't see us or join us last night, what we did talk about is this right here. So the storm center diving down in this direction. You can see it curling down to our south. Here's Boise right up and through here. And then this angle, if you will, right there of clouds was like this last night. And we said it was going to kind of swing in this direction and line up with the Treasure Valley. And look at that. Tremendous storm track with this system, bringing us the prolonged area of snow. So without further ado, let's go and check out some traffic cameras and go around the Treasure Valley and see what it is like out there, because I'm sure it's not fun for some folks on the roads. So let me get to the right one, interact, and here we go. So looking back here towards Meridian, and this is out looking at I84 and Robinson Road. You can see the traffic is moving steadily this morning, even though the temperatures are right around 32 degrees, slushy road conditions, but traffic moving very steadily in this area. And then as we go into some more, where can we take you this morning? We got some reds popping up anytime on the ITD cameras, you get the reds. That means there's some issues going on there. And you can see, oh, that's a pretty good picture right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to make it a little bigger for you so you can see it and not my mug this morning. Look at that, I84 and 184, the connector, big old snowflake showing up. And the road looked pretty decent, but you can see obviously there are some columns of snow in between the tire tracks on the interstate this morning on I84 coming through Boise, and so things could be slick. I like what's happening out there, though. Lots of room between the cars. That's a good thing. Really is the key to heading up and driving on the roads. Let's go. Looks like, what's that? Is that an... Oh, here's a crash. Looks like we got a crash this morning, 10-mile road near Meridian. So let's go and see if we can see any of those cameras. Oh yeah, look at the backup there. So we do have a crash there around 10-mile road, or in between 10-mile road and in Meridian. So yep, we got a traffic jam going on between Meridian back towards Nampa, probably backed up a little bit more in Caldwell. And so there's your westbound crash. 2 right lanes blocked. Drive with extreme caution. Goes without saying. It's between 44 and 42 this morning. So 10-mile road right near the Meridian exit. So unfortunately, folks, not heeding the proper... Let's see if I can get in there. See what we got going on there on Meridian. So yeah, you can see Meridian right now. Cars backed up here on the westbound lane. The eastbound is looking pretty good this morning, but westbound coming on into Boise, bumper to bumper traffic. I don't see any pictures of the accident itself. It looks like it's out there in between the 2 traffic cams at this time. I think this traffic cam will give us a better idea. I think it's just right down in through here, right off that off ramp. That's probably where when the merge took place, coming in over 10-mile road and going in towards Meridian Road. That's probably where that wreck happened. So yeah, not a great scenario here. The road's still plenty slick. You can see on the bridges and overpasses, there's more white that's showing up. So you want to give yourself an incredible amount of space between you and the car in front of you always. Just to give you perspective on driving, normally, if you're going like 50 miles per hour, by the time you take your foot off the gas and get it to the brake, you'll travel 40 feet just in that period. So, it gives you an idea of just how far you'll go just from that, on dry pavement. Now, if you throw in the snow and all that, you're hosed because that car is going to go right into some issues. So, working off the wrong screen. So there is an issue there between Nampa, Meridian, really 10-mile, and Meridian Road is where the issue is right now on the interstate. And let's see if we got any issues back here towards Caldwell. Here's I84 north side. I don't see any issues there. That's a good thing. And then let's see, coming into Boise this morning. Let's go out to Broadway. Oh yeah, that looks like a mess on the roads. The off-ramps you can see are very, very slick this morning, so watch out for that. Got 3 watching this morning. That's awesome too. Hey, give us a chat. Let me know where you're coming from, where you're watching from. Let me see some snow reports out there. How much do you think you have out across your region this morning? So that's what we're looking for. And if you're watching this morning, just doing a live update on traffic cams around the Treasure Valley. Share this on Facebook. You know what? I don't think I even did that this morning. So let me go and do that myself. See if we can get some more folks coming in to our live report here on Facebook. Give me a moment here. Up live. Drinking coffee with my friends. Join and share. All right, so that one's away. And let's do the old Twitter. All right, here we go. Back to the old broadcast here. Very nice. All right, there I am there. All right, so if you're just joining or tuning in, I've been doing this for a little while here, and I've got 3 people watching, which is pretty awesome. And nobody chatting, though, but give us a little chat. Say, hey, I'm here. Say hi, and we'll have a good old time this morning. If you enjoy what you're watching, give us a subscribe, a like on the channel. Always like that. And, of course, you can do any monetization that you feel fit. We appreciate all donations. So that's my friend Ricardo that's back out there on my place where I live, and you can see they're out doing some shoveling, as many people are this morning. And we are going to see the snow start to taper off, but things are going to stay treacherous probably for quite some time in southern Idaho as this continues to pinwheel on out. It is exactly unfolding the way we said it would last night, and I love this from the weather standpoint and the meteorology background standpoint of it. And I know some have just saw this, but I'm going to show it again because it is one of my favorite things to do. So basically, there's Idaho right in through there. I'm going to give this a good old refresh so we can get some of the latest, and maybe we can get the sunrise coming up. But right here, let me interact with this too. So yeah, here's Boise right in through there. The lights, the city lights, because the satellite's just a little bit behind here this morning. But that's where Boise is, and the storm center here. And last night we left you, the clouds were lined up like this. And we said it's going to make a swing and pinwheel in a perfect pivot spot to our south. And the clouds would line up like that on that angle, perfectly coming down the Treasure Valley right in through here. And that is exactly what happened, giving us prolonged areas of snowfall this morning. The radar right in through here, showing that on our radar imagery. And you can see the snow stretches on down right along I84, down towards Mountain Home. And this is all snowfall coming down. And then the darker shades of green now right over, coming over the area where, you know, that's where the traffic accident is this morning on the 10-mile off-ramp going on the westbound, right between 10 Mile and Meridian Road. That's where we're having an accident. That's where the traffic jam is backed up. So if you have a loved one out there who's in the traffic, give them a text, say, hey, Vin's on YouTube, and we are looking at a traffic jam in the snow because the roadways are still pretty snowy out there this morning across the region. And they'll continue to do that. Hey, how about the ski areas? Let's go and check out some ski areas here. Here's Brundage, up around 5-6 inches of snow, so some good freshies up there around the Brundage area this morning. Let's take Brundage off and put Bogus up. Yeah, Bogus got a pretty good dumping, around 5 to 7 inches of snow on the snow stick. So if you want to head up there, great skiing this morning. Got a little cold, boss, can't come in. Yeah, traffic's real bad. I got to head up to the mountain this morning. So you didn't hear that from me. But I'm sure my friends up there would love it, Bogus Basin. I know I would love to be up there in that fresh snow. Tamarack coming in on their snow stick. They have a live snow stick, but it wouldn't let me go live, so I made this snapshot for you, around 5 inches of snow. So but all the ski areas in the western side of the state, loving life again this morning. So really good stuff out across the Treasure Valley. All right, so who do we have out there watching this morning? Yeah, Nathan. Awesome. Nathan didn't watch last night on the weather show with Finn Crosby. Should have watched, Nathan. You would have known that we were going to get some of this good snow. And it's a real unique. I had a meteorologist, an old-timer, retired back when I first got here around 98 to 2002. And he always told me that it was Carl Weinbrecht. And he always told me, as a Boise National Weather Service legend, that the small storm systems, the ones that are small, dump the most snow. And the big storm systems that look so big and massive on the satellite pictures, they come in and then we get what's called a dry slot, or the storm system's too strong, and it moves towards the east. That is what happened in this case. This storm system, a little bit on the weaker looking side of things this morning. And bear with me, kind of rolled up out of bed and said, I'm going to go and do some of this. That's my snow background. Let's take a look at the temperatures out here this morning. And interact with that. All right. So temperatures are on the slick spot. Temperatures are cold this morning, 30 degrees and colder. So we've got 30 degrees in Boise, 32 degrees back towards Meridian, 31 degrees right around looks like the 10-mile road exit where that accident is this morning, and the traffic's backed up. So yeah, temperatures are certainly cold enough to make things a little slick on the roadways. And why don't we go back and take a look at some of the traffic cams that we got going on too around the region, because this is where that accident is, right there, smack dab, Meridian, I84, and you can see the traffic backed up, parking lot status very high, I84 and 10-mile road going back towards the west. I84 Meridian road camera not working really well. All right, maybe that wasn't a good thing to do. There it is. It's back. All right, we just got Nathan commenting out there. Nobody wants to comment this morning. That's okay. I love you nonetheless. But let me know what's happening in your area where you're watching from. Some of the folks around the country watch, so you could be from anywhere in the country. If it's sunshine, laugh at us. If you're back east, let us know. Looking out the window here, I'm down around Cole and Franklin Road in Boise. Snow's still coming down pretty good. Nice little stretch of snow coming down across the region. If we go into some of those Boise cameras, first let's go down around 55 in Ustick. Not wanting to play nice this morning. Let's see, Eagle Road in Fairview. What's going on with my cameras? Come on. All right, I84 Broadway. You can see that the cars, everything's moving pretty nice on the interstate. And as long as there's no abrupt changes in your direction or your status, you're not going to slide all over the place. That's certainly some good news out there on the interstate around I-84 and the Broadway area. And then back towards the west, I believe if we go up here by Black Canyon, the snow is ending. So, and it looks pretty good out there. So not a lot of snow out in the west end of the valley compared to where we are with the bands. It looks like generally 1 to 3. Some areas could have pockets of 2 to 4 inches of snow. So certainly some welcome snow for snow lovers out there. 55, that doesn't look like, this is Horseshoe Bend. Always real slick up there. Not much in the way of traffic though this morning. And the same with 21. Not much there as well. This is where a big band of snow is coming on down by the Iserman interchange coming out of Boise. So, keep that speed at a good rate. Lots of distance between you and the car in front of you this morning. If you have to get out, if not, hey, that's good. we're doing just fine if you don't have to get out for this morning. So let's go back and take a look again at the satellite imagery, because I'm going to refresh it again to see if we can get the very latest for you. And now we can see a little bit of sun coming into the mix. Where is my... Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I love this time of the year. You can see the sunrise kind of rotating in from southeast to the northwest. Hence the sun, where it hits during winter, goes down to that southern hemisphere directly. So that's why it's coming in at that angle. There's the storm system down to our south, spinning very evidently in Nevada. Treacherous travel along 95 this morning if you're going down south towards Salt Lake City and down in towards the Magic Valley. You're next. All this mess that is up in Boise coming your way this morning, and that will continue to press on down towards the south and east as we see it starting to taper off back in Oregon this morning. But as the sun rises, snowy roads, slick conditions across the region. What is going to happen from here on out is we're going to see this system and its energy dive down here and slowly pinwheel in this direction. At the same time, this column of moisture that is right in through here, this column right there, is kind of going to go with it. And so we're going to take that column now and we're going to pinwheel it from here to here. So Wyoming, Montana, all going to get into the mix. All these areas going to get into some, good snows, Snowville. And then, of course, all this down here in the higher elevations. Again, all snow down through Nevada this morning. 6 people watching. Hey, all right. Welcome, folks. Welcome. We're waking up to some snow. And the interstate, pretty slick out there this morning. So if you're just tuning in, last night we talked about this system here doing a pinwheel action down to our south, and then this rare trajectory of clouds right there kind of stacked up across southwest Idaho in that great angle, pinwheeling to our south and east. And that's what we have going on right now across the region. I love snow. I love it when it's like this. I love this time of the year. I know many people don't. This system is, by all intents and purposes, winding down in western areas of Idaho. But as we'll see here again with the radar right here, let me give it a refresh. And there we are. So we can see that band of snow that I just talked about on the satellite. In fact, I'm going to stop it and move this to right there, coming out of the Oahes. You see that lined up around I84. You can see Interstate 84 right there. And then back to the southwest, so the bottom left-hand side of your screen, that band of heavier snow and how it's, lined up down across it in 84. That's going to move right across the interstate. So if you're traveling south and east, going down towards Twin Falls, the Magic Valley, all this is going to move towards the east this morning. So we're not done with the wintry travel yet. Temperatures are around 30 degrees between Nampa and Caldwell. And so if I bring up the observations here, and now you can see back around Boise this morning, we've got temperatures around 31 at the airport, 30 at the Flying Y, 30 at Meridian, and back towards the west of Meridian, 31 degrees is coming in with that temperature sensor. The red numbers there, that is your wind gust if there's anything. So light winds out there this morning. And the black number is the temperature, little wind barb there to show the wind and direction across the region. Back to the west where the snow has stopped in some areas. I think that's an old sensor. But now you can see where the snow has stopped around Ontario. Temperatures are making a run in Fruitland, back towards Payette, making a run into the 30s. So This is going to be your typical Boise snow. Once we get that snow to stop, we'll jump into the mid and upper 30s and eventually maybe even a little higher, and a lot of this stuff will melt outside this morning. The traffic right now across the region, this is the hiccup that's going on right now, is the 10 mile right in through here. And you can see it's this bumper to bumper traffic right around the Meridian Road area. So that is where the traffic is starting to move a little bit smoother. There's a wreck that's back towards the 10 mile road exit. So this is the 10 mile road exit. In between 10 mile and Meridian Road, it's a parking lot back, around 10 miles. So if you're heading on in towards the city, going to be late this morning, at least right now, give yourself some extra time, or maybe take some of those back roads and side roads. And let's see how they're doing this morning. So that's Chinden, down around 50th. So some snow on the roads there, but traffic moving steadily. And here's Glenwood and State Street. Looks like people are doing just fine down through there. Just your typical snow here in Boise. But again, that band is south of Interstate 84. So like here, where you can see the visibility is lower around I84 and the Eisenman interchange, it's going to continue to get lower. Visibility is going to get lower, and the snow is going to continue to come on in this morning. Southwest Boise, atrocious roads from Mike. Thank you, Mike, for that comment. Yeah, the roads out there are not going to be fun this morning by any stretch. And Nathan, surprised by the snow this morning. I think a lot of people may have been surprised by the snow this morning. So Southwest Boise not doing well. And anytime you get snow like this on the roads, the connector looking pretty good. Look at that. Clear as a bell as far as the roadway goes. The interstates as well. This is around Curtis Road this morning. If you're just tuning in, the biggest accident out there right now is between 10 Mile Meridian Road exit. And traffic's backed up, hoping and praying that all are safe down around this area. Looks like it's starting to move a little bit on this picture compared to the last. I'm seeing a little bit more space between the cars and the vehicles there. Not seeing a lot of red lights, tail lights, so that's a good idea that traffic's moving a little steadier than it has been. Awesome. Caldwell, wet roadways around I84. Of course, it's really the interstates, the side roads. That's where we'll have most of our issues out there this morning. Let's go down to Kuna. It's snowing. You can see around the roundabout there at Linder Avenue. The roads don't look too bad. Once they get down, that liquid de-icer on the roads tends to get a little bit better. Let's see if we got a little radar update for you here. There we go. And so this is it, winding down. That's the big concern, is that sliver down to the south. You see it dropping from Caldwell down just almost parallel with Interstate 84 right in there. That's where the heaviest snow bands are, and that's going to cross over the interstate, eventually heading down towards Mountain Home. So you are going to get into some snow down through those areas for sure as we go into the next couple of hours. But as we put the radar into loop here, now you can see back towards Payette in Ontario. Oh, yeah. You can see that band of snow, and the heaviest band of snow, the column, moving on down across the region. So why did we get this snow? Why did this all take place this morning? It has to do with the core jet stream winds. There's a lot of heavy winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and how they interact with each other increases the lift or rising air down to the surface. That's what brings snowfall and more snowfall to the region. And that's kind of what happened with this system here. So bear with me here this morning. I got to clear this before I can move it. All right. So to talk about that little wind, a core of wind energy. So the upper level low is right here controlling it. Here's Boise back through here. But what you don't see is the core jet stream winds, which is here, punching in this direction here. That's where your highest winds are right now. And then you can see there's a clear turn right in through here. And you can see these clouds going in this direction. Well, right up and through here, there's an incredible, strong little piece of wind moving in that direction, a core, if you will. A jet streak is what we call it. And what's happening is the wind is coming out of this region. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn blue here. Wind is coming out of this region here, going to this region. And that path is right up over the Treasure Valley, just like that. This is like up around 18 to 30,000 feet in the atmosphere. That little twist is what made this system so unique. That little twist is the reason why we're seeing so much snowfall with this, what looks like a real weak system on the satellite picture. And that little twist is why we're seeing the enhanced snowfall rates across the region this morning. They're going to continue moving down towards the south and the east this morning. But the roads are going to continue to be pretty treacherous out there for sure. Taking a look at the ski areas. Let's go and take a look again at that if you're just tuning in. Brundage and Bogus there, doing wonderful. We got about 7 inches of snow there on the snow stick, about 5 to 6 at Tamarack, and then Brundage coming in just a little bit less. Oh, I forgot to turn my alarm off. I can wake up now. Actually, I woke up this morning because they were shoveling snow outside the window and got up, and I was all excited to see the snow falling this morning. If you're just tuning into the weather show with Ben Crosby, good morning to you. Get a cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy. We're just having a little chat this morning and enjoying the winter wonderland that's outside. Roads are pretty slick out there still, and they'll continue to be that way as we go through much of the morning hours. Coffee is a little bit cold this morning. All right, let's go, and where can we go to next? How about another look at that radar? Because what's concerning is the radar right in pretty much, you can see the spin. That's pretty cool. If we take a look, you can see that how there's a twist in that radar loop with the storm passing to our south and how that line comes on up across the Oahe region around I84. That will continue to kind of bend and make a move towards the south and the east. So that is certainly why I'm concerned with more snow getting on the roadways around Twin Falls, back across Interstate 84, and then going down in towards the Salt Lake City area. If we switch to this radar down to the south, real heavy snowfall happening now down towards in between Winnemucca down towards Battle Mountain. I mean, that's just real nasty stuff right in through there in the middle of really nowhere. Elko's just not going to be fun. That's Interstate 80. That's just going to be real nasty between Interstate Elko and Winnemucca, Interstate 80. That is just not fun. Look at that band of heavy snow right there. That is just going to come across and blanket with whiteout conditions Interstate 80 over the next, 15 to 20 minutes. So it's 10:12 a.m. if you're watching this after this live feed is posted, and then you don't have to worry about it. Not a whole lot going on out in the east side of the state. We do get the bands of snow back towards Pocatello, in by Twin Falls. And so real nasty, snowy conditions out through there as well, developing and continue to develop. So it looks like everybody getting some snow across Interstate 84 this morning, and that trend will continue. If you just tuning in. Give us a chat. You got any estimations on how much snow is in your region? Love to see it. Just give us a chat there if you feel obliged. We love any and all donations. If you want to donate to the Weather Show with Vin Crosby here on YouTube, you can do so by clicking the little monetization button. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Weather Show with Vin Crosby. If you want to see my updates more and more, give a hit to the like button, hit to the subscribe button, but the bell button, if you see the bell button, hit that, and then that will give you a ding anytime I post a video. Going to be doing it more and more. Been doing a huge weather project over the past 4 years. I'm real proud of it. It is pretty much ready to go. Going to make some minor adjustments, but it is going to be fun, folks, when this is launched. You're going to love it. So stay tuned to that coming up over the next couple of days. Across the region, this is what it looks like. Real slick out there. So around bridges, overpasses, around walkways, those are the slick spots out there. So be careful. It's been a little while, right? A couple of weeks or so since we had the snow. And so we want you to be safe out there this morning. Let's go back and check out that traffic where the issue was around I84. Still that big exclamation point right there. So the update as of 10:06, about a 4-minute delay eastbound, 3-minute delay westbound. The crash, the two right lanes, they're blocked. And I can show you those cameras, and you can see, if you're just tuning in, we have been watching, I don't want that there. We have been watching this wreck for the past hour or so, and now it looks like they got it cleared. So I can tell big difference in the traffic camera right now from, it was bumper to bumper, lots of red lights and tail lights out there in the westbound lane heading into Boise. Westbound going out of Boise, and now we can see that that is improving. So good deal there. Good deal there. I think I said westbound going into Boise. Tanya, yeah, you made it this morning. Good morning, Tanya. Tanya likes to watch, and one of my favorites. And she just missed the live broadcast last night where we talked about all kinds of good stuff. And it happened, Tanya. Look at that. The snow moved in and pinwheeled just as we said it would. So certainly some great snow out there this morning. And the sun's starting to rise. It's getting brighter and brighter. And it's just a winter wonderland. I love this time of year when we can get it to stick around. And then, it's a beautiful weather pattern, snowy weather pattern, where we can get the snow to move in, and then it moves out, and then it melts. And we're going to be in one of those features again today. Now, it's not all going to melt. And then let's look forward to this tonight. There's going to be melting, and then there's going to be refreezing. So the black ice is going to be really bad overnight tonight. So we're not done with this yet. Tomorrow morning's commute may actually be more slick than this morning's commute because of the icy conditions on the roads and side roads and walkways. So fog will become an issue in many areas, I think, too, as we get this water content up in the atmosphere. Then we can cool the atmosphere. We will get the condensation, and then we will get the fog, the form. Hey, give this a share on your Facebook page, Twitter feed. Just share it to your friends and family. I really appreciate that this morning. And, of course, like and subscribe. The more times you do that, the more it gets up the old algorithm. That's just the computer talk of where the video kind of shows up this morning. And I'm so glad you joined us this morning. I love it when there's one person I get to talk to. So I'm not talking to myself, which I do often. All right, so let's go and take a look at the satellite imagery again. Clear my drawings out as soon as I can get the right button up here. There you go. And I'm going to give this a refresh too, because we're getting more and more loops coming on in, more imagery. And so we're seeing the switch from the infrared satellite picture to the visible satellite picture. All that means is basically if you're up in the sky looking at the Earth, you would see the sunrise, just like you're seeing right there. The other is a measurement of the cloud temperatures. It allows us to see the clouds overnight. So the visible satellite picture coming on up. And this is the center right over where that heavy snow band is, down around Winnemucca. Look at that just exploding. That's just a great explosion right along Interstate 80. That is going to be a brutal travel area. That's a big concern this morning. Yeah, that's an inch an hour maybe of snow coming down. Snowfall rates in those areas, maybe even an inch and a half. Visibility is going to be down below a quarter mile to zero. That is going to be nasty. Wouldn't be surprised if I see some wrecks or something pops up in the news, which is pretty nasty and tragic, because that is not going to be fun for anybody traveling Interstate 80 going west out of Salt Lake City in towards the Reno area. So if you have any friends and family out in those areas, let them know. Give them a text message. And then you can see the bands of snow coming up now from south to north across much of eastern and southern areas of Idaho. This is a southern Idaho storm, by the way. Very little going on up north as far as the consistent snows on the roadways, and down around Salt Lake City going to be getting into this as well. To give you a perspective geographically here, Boise, Nampa, Caldwell, the lights there. There's Salt Lake down through there. Twin Falls, Magic Valley, Mountain Home right there. So that gives you an idea of what we're looking at in the perspective. Southern Idaho border, western Idaho border, right in through there. Storm system center, clear as day, right in through there. And all that lift right here is the heaviest right now, the heaviest snowfall coming down in through this area, but still a persistent band up through here. And again, that's because of the core of jet stream wind that I talked about. That's to our north. It's drawing this elongated band of snow across the region. And that will continue as we go on through. Let's go and take a look at the observations right here. Temperatures, back towards Ontario, back towards eastern areas of Oregon where the snow has stopped. We're seeing temperatures get above freezing. That certainly will help things out in these areas. So certainly some good news there. It's spinning, it's thinking it's wanting to. There it is, 35, 36. Back towards Ontario. So that's wonderful. Got some new viewers I can see there. Got up to 7. So, hey, give me a chat. Tell me where you're watching from, even if it's from all over parts of the country. Say hello to us this morning. Let us know how much snow you have. What's the road condition like in your neighborhood right now? Give us some information on what you're seeing if you're watching us around the region. But don't do it if you're watching on your phone in your car. That's the last thing I need. Well, I got in an accident because Vin told me to text. Well, if Vin told you to jump off a bridge, would you? All right. Temperatures slick, below freezing. And that's going to stay that way probably the next hour or two until the snow starts to taper off from the northwest back down to the southeast across the region. Up to that point, the road, what you're seeing right in through here with my friend Ricardo back there, is the road's going to look like that. It's just classic snow. Great snowball weather, though. There's some liquid content here. Great snowman making material. So I don't know if school's canceled. I haven't gotten that far. But if it is, boo, because they never cancel snow like this when I was a kid. But if they did, hey, get out and enjoy it. Great sledding weather. And it's deep enough that I may even go out and get the cross-country skis out. Maybe go out there and get in the old Bishop Kelly Fields out through there. Go around. Oh, boy. Oh, this is something I haven't even showed yet. Oh, Vin, what are you doing? All right, so this is a computer forecast model. It's an hourly model and gives an update. And so what you are looking at right here is basically that spin, and it shows very clearly on where the system is going to track. Most of this, majority of this is all snow. And so if I go and make this a little bigger for you, I just did the wrong thing. I don't know what I just made bigger. Let me make this bigger for you and move it on up through here. And now you can see it. So this is the track of that storm and where it's going. And you can see that band of snow that is over the area now. That dot right there over southwest Idaho, that's Boise. Then you can see Ada and Canyon County. And then down towards the south, that pinwheeling action, that line that's on the north fringe of the storm going down along Interstate 84. Notice also the brighter shades of greens around that center, spinning down around Winnemucca, getting in towards the Salt Lake City area, and then pinwheeling down towards southern Utah. And that's why this is going to take the snow, really drape it along southern areas of Idaho, not northern areas of Idaho. Now, I think what I did is made this ginormous. This is the snow totals. So down the bottom there, the scale. See, this 6-inch range is in that lighter shade of green. And then as you get up to 10 inches, you get the oranges and the yellows. So that's right where that core I've been showing you of the strongest circulation around northern areas of Nevada. That's where we're seeing the tremendous amounts of snows, and then right around the southern Idaho border. But still snowfall to go up around Boise. Still another half inch looks like to go. And then south and east of Boise, why I'm concerned with that area and what we've been talking about. And the model likes to follow me on this. So now, very clearly, you get into that lighter shade of blue, and then the even lighter shade of blue. That's the 1 inch to 2 inch. And then you get into the green area, that's 4 inches of snow. So you can see how that band of heavy snow, the dot there is Boise. South and east of Boise along Interstate 84 down towards Mount Home, that's where your snowiest travel is going to be over the next hour or two. And then down in towards the Magic Valley, you can clearly see it starts to blossom. 1, 2, 3 inches of snow coming in down towards Snowville, down around Utah. Check that out. That is the bands of heavy snow. So Interstate 80, Salt Lake City, I84 going over towards 86. You can see 1 to 3 inches of snow this morning, and where the snow is falling, temperatures will stick around the freezing mark. So slick conditions coming our way around the region. Let's go back and check out the traffic radars for you this morning. The traffic radars, traffic cameras. Get another cup of coffee, Vin. All right, I need to update the brain function here. Let me get a shot of caffeine. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like iced coffee, though. So it's all good, though. I don't hold you accountable. Yeah, let's go back. That's I-84 and 10 Mile. Hey, look at that. Traffic's moving smooth. Look at that. It's cleared right out. That wreck is now gone. Good deal. It was backed up like a parking lot there. Westbound I-84. No longer the case. Give me a clap for that, huh? They can kind of clear that, I bet. I'm going to refresh it. I bet they did clear it. Nope. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing again. What happens is I get so excited with this snow event. I get all kinds of stuff out on the system I'm using, and I don't know where I'm clicking. All right, Lisa Smith. Thank you, Lisa. That's awesome. Oh, Michael Northen, Virginia. That's awesome. Virginia City, Nevada. Lots of snow here. I bet, Mike. That's incredible. Lot of snow. Lisa Smith up, which was colder before it hit. Lisa, you are a snow lover. Somebody after my heart. All right. Let's see what the roads are like up there in Emmett. I think we have some traffic cameras up there. No. Kind of doesn't go through. Oh, that's funny. I'm getting a call from Miami, Florida right now. Somebody's probably watching me online. Probably want to hire me to do weather. It's fascinating. I thought I was totally done. I told myself I'm never going to go back to TV, blah, blah, blah. And as I typically in my profession, I did, 30 years, and it was just different back then the way it is now. And I said, I'm sick of this, politics, all that stuff. I'm done. But I got to say, I'm looking out across all there's job openings all over. There's like 70 some plus TV meteorology jobs out across the country. So it has piqued my interest. I got to find a job here soon. I've been living look at that. So this is Black Canyon. The snow stopped at Black Canyon, and it just looks good. I mean, that's kind of what's coming our way shortly here. North side, still snowing around north side, but wet roadways. Not a lot of accumulation back out here towards Caldwell and Nampa, but around 3 to 4 inches, like Lisa Smith, maybe on the grassy areas. But the roads look pretty decent across the region. Amity Road down on South Meridian Road, big old flakes there coming down, but the roadways again wet across the region. Virginia City, Nevada. Michael, where is that? I'm going to go pull it up. Virginia. Out by Gold Hill. Oh, yeah. You're down just outside of Dayton, Carson City, around Lake Tahoe. What a year. Yeah, out by Reno. You had tremendous snows. And if you go to the weather show with Vin Crosby, I did a snow total forecast for the year. So check it out, because that would be great. If Michael, if you want to check that out, and then you can see how my forecast did. Yeah, about 20 miles southeast of Reno. I saw that on the map. Thank you for that. And thanks for tuning in this morning. We love our viewers from all over. So, yeah, I did a forecast every year. I've been doing, I worked, 15, 20 years on TV up here in the Treasure Valley up in Idaho. Used to see Mike Alger. I don't know if he's still on the air back down in your market there, Michael. He was a longtime meteorologist down there, but good guy. But I did TV up here for years and then got kind of kicked to the curb and did this YouTube channel, and it's been fun. So what typically happens up here with this system, we get the snow to move in and then it kind of tapers off and moves out. But where was I going? Oh, yeah, every year I do a snow total forecast for this region of what I think the whole winter season will hold. Well, this year I went and hog wild because of my background. I did national forecasting at the Weather Channel back in the day, and I got a lot of knowledge in this bean up here. And so I did for every state, I did a snow total forecast outlook. And if you go to my channel, you can see that. I invite you to look at that because this year I said there would be tremendous snows. Southern California, Sierra Nevada, and so far this national forecast is really remarkable. And not being grandiose or anything like that. I just, I love doing this stuff and been doing it a long time, and I get all excited when I make a good forecast. But every state seems to be verifying right now. And almost every state in the country, but maybe 2 this year, will see snow, I think, which is really remarkable. Anyways, I digress. But most of us up here waking up to this scene this morning. And as I just showed this right here, this is the storm track. So the upper level low is down to our south, and we can see that very clearly on the satellite picture this morning. Right there. And you can see that storm track. So that is what we're tracking. But the band of snow is going to continue to keep coming down. And the snow is really going to intensify in areas along Interstate 80 and Interstate 84, between Boise, Mountain Home, down by Twin Falls, around Salt Lake City, and spin right around southern areas of the state. And so what we're looking at here is that to this is the storm track. And then this of the accumulations of snow. Still yet to come. The green area is 4 inches. The lighter blue is about 1 inch to 2. And as you go up the scale in the blue, you'll see. Tanya, you have a blessed day too. Yep. Thank you for tuning in. All right. And you're going to send me some information on Messenger. Yeah, exciting stuff. We love snow. I appreciate you. And then if you're all watching out there too, if you like what I'm doing, feel free not only to chat, send a little monetary donation. We take monetary donation. I'm go buy myself a hot cup of coffee sometime. All right, so just begging. That's all I do. Just begging. It's just awful. Awful. I'll tell you what. All right, let me go into this area. Isn't that obnoxious when I do that? Because I'm looking up my screen. Got my old Idaho hat on this morning. I love that hat too. It's got the little deer and then the fish hook up there. I found this up in McCall. Great little hat this morning. Temperatures. Let's talk temperatures, because here's the problem with the snow that's in the Treasure Valley. And when it ends, it's going to put a little moisture content into the atmosphere. The air mass is going to not move anytime soon. So that means we are going to see some black ice, and we are going to see some fog going on out across the region. And so with that, tonight may be slicker than it was this morning. Slicker's a word. Yeah, it is. And so with that, I think that we're going to see fog and a major black ice event in southwest Idaho, along southern Idaho, anywhere that had the snow today because of the cold air that's in place. And there could be some real thick fog, too, in some areas. Here's what's going on now where the snow has ended. So there's Boise, Nampa, Caldwell, back towards Ontario. Now we're seeing, come on, kick in. It's thinking. It's thinking. Anyone? Bueller? There it is. Had to give it a little kick. So now we're seeing where the snow is tapered off and the storm system moving to the south. Notice back towards Ontario, north and west of Caldwell, we're getting some wind gusts, 16-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and then down towards the Oahe area, 23. So this is the warm air doing its thing. Warm air mixes, it rises, it's getting a little spin, and then the system's pulling away. We're getting a little northwest component. That's going to help temperatures jump above freezing, help for some more melting. And then, yeah, we're going to see this continue. Yeah, I love that, Lisa Smith. Yeah. Yeah, tired of the mud season. I'm with you. I hate freezing rain, obviously, but I hate just rain where the atmosphere is cold, right? Temperatures in the 30s to 40s, and it's raining and everything's muddy. That's the worst. The worst to feel. I'd rather have snow, nice blankety white snow. And this time of year, it's scenic, so it's great. And then let's go back down to the southeast. So here's another. This area here is your trouble spot between Boise and then down towards Mountain Home. That's your trouble spot this morning, because that's where the heaviest snows will be, down around Mountain Home and the Air Force Base. And then as we go down towards Twin Falls, temperatures here, look at that, 28 degrees, 26 degrees, 25 degrees. Hello, this is going to be real nasty down through here. This instant freezing of, the snow on the roads, and the snow is going to increase in intensity. And then right where the heaviest snow is falling, down here along Interstate 80 and Elko, that's where the real most dangerous travel is going to be, is Interstate 80. Yeah, you put moisture in the atmosphere, it feels colder on the skin. Really does. That's just the nature of the beast. Generally we're fortunate here because it's overly dry, but when that humidity level comes up, or this little, let me see if I can bring it up here for you to show you this number here, the dew point temperature, that measures how much water is in the atmosphere, and it'll never be higher than the air temperature, but you can see that is when it's close to the air temperature, that's when our humidity levels become high, when there's saturation in the atmosphere. So, 27, 29. So, yeah, there's water content there, obviously, with the snow falling across the region. And that was really a big ingredient with this, right? Because we were so dry yesterday. Temperatures were up near 40, 37 degrees when the snow started last night. The dew points were in the teens to low 20s. And then, that when the water gets in the atmosphere starts to come up. And that's where we see it feel colder than it actually is out there. So thanks for tuning in this morning. I just appreciate you all. We got 7 people. We've been average around 5, 7 people. This is great. There's some YouTubers out there that are just killing it. They'll get 15, 20,000 people across the country. It's remarkable if you can do that sort of thing. But it's all about getting the message out. It's all about getting the message out. It's all about safety. That's always been my thrust of life ever since I was a young boy and wanted to be a meteorologist across the region. Let's give you a radar update. Refresh this. There it is. So our latest, you can see the spin going down to the south and east. This is off the Boise Doppler radar. And you can see the snow starting to pick up in more intensity along Interstate 84, this little band of green right in there. The green and darker shades of green, those are your highest intense moments. Not a whole lot falling over populated areas at this point. Right along the Snake River Valley, there's going to be tremendous snow down through here along the Snake River Valley. As a matter of fact, let's make this a little pig so I can see the map and you can see the map. Yeah, so let me stop that, put that there, go on in. So Melba, just south of Melba, down along Murphy. There's probably a boatload of snow in Murphy, down along 78 this morning. That's where the heaviest bands have been, right along the Snake River into the valley, and that's where the heaviest snow will continue, down along the Snake River, going in as it slides on east over towards Glenn's Ferry. That's where your big trouble spot's going to be from this point on out. Back towards Meridian, looks like that's your last band of pretty heavy snow around Franklin Road, North Eagle Road, this darker shade of green right here around West Fairview and Eagle Road. That is where the heaviest snow is going. And then back up, it doesn't look like it's snowing that whole, maybe you can confirm this, Lisa. Doesn't look like the snow is heavy up there. It looks like it's tapering off up around the Emmett area. The band stretches. The heaviest band looks like it's along Hidden Springs, Eagle Road, just west of Garden City, coming into the Flying Y, Amity. And then it starts to taper off back towards Caldwell and very little back towards Ontario and Payette with our latest band. So there's the heaviest area right in through there, and that will continue sliding down towards Twin Falls this morning here on the radar. Satellite. And the refresh. So with the satellite imagery now coming up, I think it's on 12. I'm going to change the images to 6 so that it should give us just more light. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, this tells a story. This is a beautiful story from the clouds, from way up. Let's draw. Storm system right in through here. All that cauliflower looking like cloud cover right in through there with the low. And then this band right in through there. And then you can see here, that is where we're seeing the heaviest snows coming off the mountains. And then there's the city lights of Nampa, Caldwell, Boise. It gives you perspective. The 2 dots there, Mountain Home and the Air Force Base. And then we see this band of clouds just stretched across the region. And where the white is not moving, that's snow in the mountains. So there's a lot of stuff here to talk about. So like this right in here, snow-covered mountains. Here are your clouds moving in right there, that band. That's where your heaviest snow is going to be, down here along the border. And then this band is going to go along Interstate 84. And then all up here, not so bad. So skiing today would be a great thing to do. And I may get up there. We'll see. Depends on, I got a lot of other stuff to do. As we all do, right? Appreciate you all for tuning in, too. Everybody's still here. Master Marf back. All right. Hey, it verified, Master. So what we talking about last night? Yep, still snowing lightly near Veterans Park in Boise. I think the light snow will be around for another hour or so and taper off. And then we'll go and we'll do some melting. I would highly encourage you to clear the walkways, get all that taken care of. because overnight tonight, the cold air comes in. It gets real cold over the snow-packed area, and ice will form on all those roadways. You know, the roadways that look clear will become black ice conditions, very slick conditions overnight tonight going in to tomorrow morning. Let's go see another look at the radar. And I can hear my friend Ricardo out here working real hard on the four-wheeler, clearing the roadways out. So light snow around Veterans. It's probably going to pick up around the Veterans area, my friend, from what I'm looking at. Yeah, so this darker shade of green that's just south and west along Eagle Road, that's moving in your direction. So look for the snow to pick up around the Veterans Memorial Park there in the next half hour or so, and then gradually start tapering off. It's that darker shade of green that is between Eagle and Meridian right now. If I put this into motion, you can get a good sense of where that is going, and be just some flurries on behind it. But yeah, pretty active this morning. There's some pretty good bands around Lake Lowell earlier today, and then back towards Homedale and Caldwell, and then you can see as this goes into this looping feature here, all those darker shades of green kind of press off towards the south and the east as that core of energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere kind of shifted on off, and it gradually tapering off. We did have that accident earlier around 10 Mile and Meridian Road exit along Interstate 84 westbound. That has cleared up. Traffic is moving smoothly across many areas this morning. As a matter of fact, let's go and check out some traffic cameras across the area. Doesn't look like it wants to interact with me this morning. Let's give it a refresh. Well, it looks like they're going to have a new site. Nice little announcement there. January 23rd. Hey, it's my cousin Lynn's birthday. Be curious to see how that looks. I really like this site. But hey, maybe it'll be an improvement, right? Maybe it'll be an improvement. If you ever use these traffic cameras when they're red, that means that's where there's weather happening. Right now, everybody seems to have made it to work, and they're doing their thing. Hopefully, they're watching the weather show at Vin Crosby at work. Get it on the big screen. That's the connector in 84. Looking pretty good. But let's go back here. I bet you it's improving. Oh, big old drops on the camera out here at I84 and Franklin Boulevard and Nampa. Midland Road, that looks like it's starting to improve. But boy, I'm telling you, tonight, black ice, lots of slick spots out there tonight. Still seeing a little bit of flurry activity back out here by Caldwell on 84, but obviously the roadway's just wet, which is fantastic. And where the wind is kicking up, out towards Fruitland and ooh, look at that. We got a snowplow shot. Love it. Out there at Snake River, I84, doing the job, clearing those roads for us. We appreciate everybody out there doing some work for us. So it looks like it's tapering off. And then back down to the south and east. Snow still coming down pretty good. This is down by Simcoe Road. But traffic moving pretty good along the interstate. Eisenman looking like a mess still. Lots of heavy snow and low visibilities south and east of Boise. That's going to continue over the next hour for sure. South of the Boise airport. See snow still coming on down around Apple Street. 21, not fun up through there. It is around, I've been doing this for a while, been on here for a while, just rambling along, and people still watching. I love it. It's fantastic. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Been rambling here for quite some time. That looks good. Yeah, McCall looking area looking pretty good. We got traffic cams all over the place. Let's go up here around McCall. Beautiful. Roadway's good up there. It's around Goose Creek. I love Goose Creek going up there towards Brundage. There's the Sawtooth, Stanley Creek Airport. Look at that. There's Stanley Creek. Snowmobiling heaven up through there right now. Is that the one I just clicked on? Oh, yeah. Sunrise in Stanley this morning. Beautiful. One of my favorite places on earth. Right there. Let's see what we got going on here with some... It's got the Rupert. Some snow flying out in Rupert, but, you know, eastern Idaho, they're used to all this stuff. I86 out here by the Arbonne Valley. They're like, this is nothing. A little snow in Boise, you'll lose your mind. Don't worry about that alert right there. That traffic right there, accident. That was cleared. Traffic moving smoothly across the region and will continue to move smoothly across the region. Until tonight. I'm telling you, I'm worried about tonight. Let's go back and check some satellite imagery. Got to turn the traffic off first. All right, I'm pretty much out of breath. I'm winding down. I got to go refresh the coffee, get ready to go out and make an impact in this world today. Really appreciate everybody in the comments over there in the chat, and I appreciate all who shared and interacted this morning. You don't know how much it means to me. It really means lots. You know, when you get a little older and you don't think people care anymore. Oh boy, I appreciate you all watching. Yep, already melting out there off the trees. Yep, that's kind of the scenario later on. So still snowing here in downtown Boise. I can see it coming out, but it's very light, kind of like my friend who shared back over by Veterans. The snow will taper off. We'll still see treacherous travel south of Idaho into Oregon. Right now it's just real nasty along Interstate 80. That will continue. Going to Salt Lake, real nasty travel. Twin Falls, nasty travel. That will continue. The further south you go until the system pinwheels out. One more look at the storm track right there. That's the track. And you can see that band of precipitation in the next several hours lingers south and east of Boise, down towards the Magic Valley, and then down in towards Salt Lake City. So that's where we're going to see the bands of snow continue south and east of Boise, another 1 to 2 inches in some areas down through there, and along the Snake River Valley, across the southern Idaho, northern Nevada border, 6 to 10 inches of snow in those areas in the higher elevation. So a real nasty little storm system that developed, and we told you about it last night. A lot of people, you couldn't miss with this storm system. But the one caveat that we did share was the elongated system and how we, said it was going to be increasing and keeping the intensity of the snowfall going across the region. So that is something that I really thoroughly enjoy. You all have a great day. Be blessed out there. Be safe. Watch out for the black ice. What did he say? Watch out for the black ice. Tonight is going to be